I think everybody in the industry understands that digitisation of the onboarding process is good. Multifonds are one of the leading providers of fund accounting and transfer agency software globally. In terms of AML and KYC, AML-KYC is one of the core activities of our solution in the transfer agency space. The future has to be a digitised onboarding AML-KYC journey. For our customers, adoption of a solution like Reseo, leveraged through a technology like Multifonds, will result in them having, I think, a far greater efficiency in terms of their onboarding procedures. Account opening, along with the AML and KYC, which goes with that process, has been a quite manual, paper-based process. And that process would take an awful lot of time and an awful lot of manpower. And the golden nugget for the industry really is to expedite, automate, and digitize that process as much as possible.
We've created what we call a corporate EID, where all the documents required for AML KYC are captured digitally and renewed perpetually and verified by the client. So it's like, traveling with a passport across multiple funds. And then in our system, we've got the equivalent of the visa you require every time you travel in a country. So we've captured this whole complexity. And by doing that, we can provide to the transfer agent a document or a set of documents that can be verified immediately. So you're cutting down on the process from 6 weeks, 8 weeks to practically 1 or 2 days.
We see Reseo as being a service that Multifonds can connect to, much in the same way that you would connect to a service provided by Euroclear or Clearstream. And we can offer our clients the Reseo service via our event-driven APIs to expedite that AML-KYC onboarding process. The challenge with AML-KYC due diligence is that there's no consistent approach. So you may find that from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, the requirements differ. From fund vehicle type to fund vehicle type, the requirements may differ. And indeed, from our clients, from a transfer agency approach, the approach may differ there as well. So what that means to the end investor is that you get a series of related but unconnected processes as part of your onboarding journey.
It became very, very obvious to us that there was something to be done because there was a very natural overlap between what we were trying to do and there is, and which is bring the documents directly into the transfer agent system, and what Multifonds is trying to do, which is make these AML-KYC documents immediately available to their transfer agents in a very swift and fast way.
In terms of the aha moment, I think it was looking at Multifonds, which is a truly open architecture, leveraging APIs to integrate with any third-party system or any third-party provider. And then when we spoke to Reseo, we realised that leveraging our integration broker capability with event-driven API calls, we could send and receive calls directly to Reseo to instantly retrieve AML-KYC documentation. My colleagues in the product team have developed a working prototype of the integration between Multifonds and Reseo, whereby within our workflow and exception tool, which is the tool that drives events within our system, we can trigger calls to Reseo and push information from Reseo in order to service that AML-KYC requirement.
There was, from our experience at Reseo, a real startup spirit going on at Multifonds, because they had the aha moment, and then when there was this testing thing, well, would this concept work, and let's test this and let's develop that. Very rapidly we came to a proof of concept that was then brought to the next level. So it was a fantastic startup type of moment.
What I like about the Reseo solution is that you are providing a platform to first of all to automate the collection of the necessary AML-KYC due diligence documents, but then secondly to assist in gathering that documentation. So where you can, using using technology like AI, in terms of looking at UBOs, you have, and where you can't, you've provided a really slick offering to expedite that process.